It is Monday, June 23rd. Tesla launched their Robotaxi yesterday, and it was a huge rollout. It was limited. It went out to early access people only, but there are a lot of people posting a lot of content. I wanted to share what I experienced kind of viewing that content. These people that were there were riding these Robotaxis all day long, and it sounds like, based on what John Gibbs posted, Dr. Know-It-All, they were bringing in random strangers, or at least there was one case of that.
So this is our first public test?
Yes,
today?
this is the first public test ever. That's how lucky you are.
Yeah.
But I've been using this for years. At the beginning, it was terrible with roundabouts.
Okay.
It could not handle them. So it's gotten obviously much, much better.
So there was an opportunity. If anybody really wanted to go ride in a Robotaxi, there were opportunities to go down there. So I wanted to highlight kind of my summary, because a lot of people don't have time to watch all of the videos. I'm a geek, so I was sitting there watching like almost every live stream. I was absorbing all of the content. One really cool thing that I saw was that the windshield wipers have this really cool pattern to clean the cameras. It's different from what we have in our Model Ys and Model 3s and all of the Tesla vehicles today.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's cleaning off the cameras.
Specifically.
Yeah, a new special little wiping. It doesn't need the whole windshield. It just needs that one little area.
In Dirty Tesla's live stream, the Robotaxi, which is a Model Y, these are all Model Y Junipers. They have the front bumper camera. It actually responds to audio.
Sirens. Where is it? Where is it?
That would have been interesting.
Where is it? It's behind us. It's behind us. Yes. You getting it?
So, yeah, we literally had... It pulled over.
Yes, it pulled over.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
The Robotaxi just pulled over for the ambulance.
And back on the road.
And it's back on the road.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard cases of version 13 also responding to audio, so this is not unique to the Robotaxi. However, it does appear to be a bit more aware. In this case, it went over 2 lanes of traffic to pull all the way over. Other drivers weren't doing the same. I mean, human drivers were not being as respectful as the Robotaxi. And as quickly as it went over, as soon as the emergency vehicle passed, the sirens were blaring, it got right back onto the road. Those were some really cool things that I saw. Kim Java got in a Robotaxi. I saw Sawyer Merritt. I saw John Stringer. I saw Dr. Know-It-All. Chuck Cook, of course, he was one of the first ones to do a live stream. And his Robotaxi came very quickly. It was within 5 minutes. I saw another clip. I think it may have been Bearded Tesla standing next to Sawyer, where it took a little bit longer. So it seemed to be dependent on where you were and when you hailed that Robotaxi. But the area itself, I would have to zoom out to really understand how large of an area it was. But I understand it was south of the river. It was a geo-fenced area that the Robotaxi could not go out of. Now, one other cool thing I observed was there was a restaurant owner that has a very busy parking lot, and it's kind of a circle that goes around. And a lot of the content creators met there for food. Well, the owner's like, hey, my parking lot is chaos, and it's Sunday, and there's a lot of people coming in and out. There were some Waymo cars coming in and out of those areas. And he's like, if you went and put it to the true test, this is the spot. And every video that I saw, it was a huge success. It came through, it patiently waited, it got out, no problem, didn't cause any traffic jams. Everything that I saw looked really nice. Now, when you get into the car, it says welcome, and it has your name, and your Tesla profile remembers all of your settings. So like, for example, on my car, I have different services that I'm logged into. So if I have like a YouTube Music account, or if I have a Netflix account, or if I have a TuneIn account, all sorts of different accounts that you have on your setup, primarily for music, like Amazon Music. It remembers who you are. It knows who you are, so that when you get in the car, all your settings are there. And my understanding, based on some posts I saw, is that it also remembers your volume and your temperature settings, which I think is really cool. So the screen in the back, obviously, for those of you that know Model Y and then Model 3 refresh, you can control the HVAC, you can control all that. I didn't see anybody doing that from the back seat, but you do have the option to have the the cab pull over, I believe, at any time, especially when you get close to your location. I did see that. There is also an option to hit the support button on the bottom right, and Chuck tested that. Someone came on, and he was a little bit confused because he didn't really need any support. He was just checking to make sure, I guess. I mean, he was just having fun, I think, that nobody was driving his car. There was some speculation in Kim Java's video, the passenger. So all of these cars had somebody from Tesla sitting in the right passenger seat. And there was some speculation that they were pushing some sort of pedal or something going on and they were in control of the vehicle. That was not the case at all. The cars were being completely automated. Now, what we did see was the control center. So Tesla has a control center in Austin, I presume. Someone had snapped a photo and then Ashok had shared it. And they have all these dashboards at the front, large screen monitors, TVs. And Chuck had noticed that there's a little screen or a display for weather. So I thought that was kind of neat. So if it's like torrential downpour, maybe they're on higher alert to kind of be able to take over. Because you got to remember, we're in the early days, so it's not going to be perfect. And to that exact point, there was one creator or one early access guy that had his Robotaxi get over into the left lane too early. It actually went across two solid yellow lines and was driving on the opposite side of the road for a split second. Now, obviously, it realized that it was doing the wrong thing and it got over very, very quickly. The steering wheel was jerking quite considerably in that video, and I was a little bit surprised. And I was thinking, is this version 14? A lot of speculation on what version was running. Holmar's blog commented that it is version 13.3. I don't know where he got that information from, but he evidently is confident that this is not the version that has the 4x parameter count that Elon talked about earlier that we're all going to be getting later this year. And then he came back and said it's actually 4.5 times the parameter count. And for those of you who don't know, the parameter count is the number of variables that FSD is looking for. It's basically the neural net nodes in the network. So you have your inputs, which is all the video, right? And then you have these nodes, and it acts on these nodes and the weights. So the more the networks, the more neural networks and the more nodes you have, the more accurate you're going to be, and the less you're going to be prone to messing up when you have edge cases. So I didn't see in the video with the Robotaxi crossing across that double yellow line, I didn't see the passenger freaking out or trying to take over. So this is something that as an experienced FSD user, you just come to trust and get used to, that it's going to sort itself out. And 9 out of 10 times, it honestly does. It does a phenomenal job. So my car, for example, right now is driving itself. And it's so nice when you have this technology in your car, because you can focus on other things and just not really be so aware of everything, all the tiny little details going on around you. And I was commenting about this at the Michigan summer meetup, where I was just the other day on Saturday. Okay, it's a green light, can go. It's taking some time here to turn left. Okay, finally, there it goes. On Saturday, I was in Muskegon, Michigan for the Tesla summer meetup. I've got one video at least coming out on that, where I was hanging out with Bearded Tesla, Dirty Tesla. I was with Josh West, 24/7, Tesla Tino, and his lovely wife. We had Stephanie, wife of Dirty Tesla, was there. I was on a panel with Jim, Iowa Tesla guy, John Stringer from Tesla Silicon Valley. He came out for the event, and it's just amazing how they all took off and flew down to Austin. There was a German creator. His name's David. I'll try to throw his channel down in the description. He has everything in German, but YouTube is really great at now translating those channels to put them in English. But anyway, let's get back to the Robotaxi. What else did I observe? I saw on the screen, it looked very similar to the FSD interface that we all have in our cars right now. It was full screen. In kind of the early days, you saw like a little menu system on the left, and there was like a red and an orange button. I did not see that in these videos. It looks like they kind of tucked that away, and I'm sure the person in the passenger seat or the remote teleoperator can access some hidden menus pretty quickly by touching the screen, I would imagine. Now, this begs the question, when that Tesla person is not in the passenger seat and someone gets into the seat to take a ride in a Robotaxi, what happens when they touch the screen? Or what happens when they go to jerk the steering wheel? I'm very curious to learn about those situations because there's nothing that's going to stop somebody from turning the wheel. Everything else, it looked like it was a huge success. Tesla has put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy into this Robotaxi launch, and it's evident that they did the right things by making sure it's perfectly safe having that Tesla person in the car. It was kind of funny because they weren't allowed to talk or communicate very much, so it's not like someone was trying to poke them. Like you have those British guards. I can't remember what you call them. If you go over to the UK, you've got these guards that stand outside the castle, and if you try to talk to them, they ignore you. You know, they're not going to be interfacing with you. It's kind of like one of those guys in there. Like, you can talk to me all day long, but I'm not going to talk back. They did share their names, which is kind of nice, but they were just sitting there and making sure nothing bad happened, I guess. The cars themselves, it looks like it's not automatically opening up the doors. You still need to open the doors manually. There was a little instruction that popped up for new people that have never gotten into or out of a Tesla. You know, how do you get in and out of the car? There's a little notification in the app. The last thing I'll leave this with, and I'm sure a lot of you already heard about this, is there's a little Easter egg inside of the app where right after you finish your ride, it says it asks for a tip. And this threw a lot of people off. They're like, what? A tip? Because they thought it was like a for real thing. I mean, it looks legit because you can rate it. You can say, okay, 1 star, 3 star, 5 stars. But if you select a tip, it'll say just kidding. So that was kind of fun. And Elon commented on that on X. A lot of people were there. Also, Black Model 3, Zach was there. I'm probably missing a handful of other people. I know AI Driver was there, but I didn't see any videos from him yesterday. I'm looking forward to seeing his. He's very calculated in how he releases videos, so I'm sure his is going to be top-notch once it comes out. Can't wait to see his review, because he was also going around all day yesterday. Didn't see him pop up in any videos. Awfully fun watching this roll out, and if Tesla pulls this off, they're going to be expanding quickly. That is what I'm excited to see, is how fast are they going to scale. That is the true testament to their word. They've said it already, and now they need to deliver on that. So how quickly do you think it's going to take for Tesla to roll these out, to go from 10 to 20 to 50 to 100? How soon will it be until there are 100 robotaxis driving around Austin? Also, the other question that I really would love to know, how soon will that area expand? I would love to know when they can broaden that scope, because right now it does appear to be a little bit limited. The maximum distance I saw, I think, was like 4.5 miles driven. So that's not that far. You know, it would be very frustrating if you want to get across town or go home and you just can't get there. So hopefully they can get over those initial restrictions quickly and then eliminate that passenger and open this up to everybody. That will be the day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until the next one, have a great day and see you guys.